Hi folks, welcome to Phillip Island in the GR86, so let's crack on with it. Right then, fast lap done and dusted, and let me show the info tab for you. We are using the fixed iRacing setup, and we've got the track temp at 83 Fahrenheit, which is not too bad, actually quite cool, and a moderate to low usage. I forgot to set that. Normally I set it at 44%, which is what I always use, but for some reason it's a low usage of 25, so I made a mistake there. Yeah, I always mention them just in case they're different in the race. You can get a good understanding of what they are. Normally hotter tracks are generally a bit slower, cooler tracks are a bit faster. Lap I'm actually going to show you is all the way down here. It is lap 20, so not my fastest, but my second fastest, which is a 1:47.044. Now I did set 3 relatively close laps there, but you can see there getting into low 47s and mid 47s quite often. Obviously a few spins here, but yeah, getting towards the end as well, mid to low 47s is where my optimal, if I show you that one, is in the 46. So I reckon if I string a lap together, I should be able to get into the high 46s, but that wasn't possible for me in this ring because of turn 2, and then turn 4, and then turn 6, and then turn 10. They are all critical corners for getting a good exit out of, and if you get 0.5% of a worse exit, you see your delta time just increase, and it's horrible. Really demoralizing. So I will try my best to help you out there. What else do I show you on the screen? My Discord, where the OLAP, BLAP telemetry and replay file will all be in there for you. Also be using GR86, which is an online telemetry tool. Not affiliated with them, but it's quite a useful tip that you can compare my lap times side by side with your own to see where I'm a little bit quicker or you're a little bit quicker, so you don't need to focus on them areas. But yeah, Phillip Island shouldn't be too bad, to be honest. I'm quite looking forward to it. It's not a bad circuit, although there are some places where if you get it wrong, you disappear into Narnia. So bear that in mind as we go around. There's a lot of grassy area, and typical iRacing, the grassy area has 0 grip, so bear that in mind. Otherwise, I think that's enough for you waffling. Let's crack on with the guide. Right then, Phillip Island, and it's a good run down into turn 1, which kind of is overtaken and kind of isn't because it is a very fast corner. But we are using all of the curb here on the left-hand side, and as it curves, that's our turning point for the first corner. And with slight drag of brakes, it will be a bigger drag of brakes on cold tyres, so be cautious about it. You will understeer wide. Loads of curb on later on in the apex curb, just to get the car help get it rotated. But you see, I don't use all of the track because I don't want to go anywhere near that grass, because you will arrive in Narnia. Bring the car into the apex of turn 2, and this one's really awkward, so use the marshal post on the left-hand side and hug this curb on the inside as best you can. You do not want to run wide here because, again, there's grass and gravel over there, and you will end up in Narnia. Get on full throttle when you see that boat over there in the ocean. Once you see that boat, you should be getting on full throttle to get a good slingshot down into the hairpin at turn 4. Again, you don't want to go on full throttle too early because you will touch the grass on the right-hand side there. So again, be cautious. You need good exit, but you don't want to understeer on the exits around here because it will kill you easily. Anyway, the hairpin, another place to have fun. 100-meter board just before it, brake very heavy in a straight line, all the way down to second gear, then notch it into first as you turn in. You want a nice late apex around here. You can take a little bit of curb if you want, but don't take too much because you bounce on exit and this thing becomes like a bouncy hopper. It really does bounce all over the place. Use all of the exit and a bit of the dirt there because we can do, so why don't we use it? End of the curbing here on the right hand side. You want to stab with the brakes here down into second gear for this one, and it's kind of a late apex. We need a good exit out of here, but I can get on throttle. If you get it right, you can get on throttle massively early, like now. Look, get a little bit of curb to get that a bit of rotation. I actually rotate too much, get a little bit of oversteer, but you can see that I haven't used all the track again, so there's a little bit more time I can gain in there, but you do need to get a good run up the hill here. Going to be a good overtaking opportunity up here if you do get a run, because there's a little bit of slipstream. Not that it's strong in the GR86, but you're going through these S's and you can have a good luck up the inside here. This corner is a bit awkward, so there is a service road right there, and just as I come up to slightly see it, that's when I start going into the apex and then stand on the brakes. You can go around here in fourth, but third is way easier because it reduces the understeer. So stay as far left as you can on this curb as you go under the crest, over the crest, sorry, because you will understeer, and you want to be on the left-hand side for the next hairpin. At the 50 board, as the car passes it and you're going downhill, brake very heavily, down the gears nicely, into first again. We want to really compromise this hairpin. We don't want to push the exit too much because we need to get a good exit over the next sort of left-hand kink. So I don't use all of the circuit because I really want to open up this one and maximize my straight line speed, because now we're on full throttle. We're on full throttle all the way now to turn 1. So getting a good exit out of there is so important for lap time, because like I say, when the car's full throttle, there's not a lot more that you can do to it. Use all the curb on the left-hand side now, and we use this as our brake marker for the last corner as well. So when that starts curving in, you curve in as well. Talking about the last corner, now normally in every single car I've been around this track with, GT3s, Skippy, F3s I think I've been around here, I've always let the car drift out wide to try and straighten up the car, because the car will accelerate most efficiently when it's going in the straightest line possible. But with this car, I've actually found if you continue holding the apex corner, not too much so that you can hear the tyres scrubbing, but so much so that you can actually stay on the left-hand side of the track, you actually shorten the circuit. And in our little test that we did, obviously when we recorded this, it's about a tenth quicker. So if you do want to gain a tenth, try those two layouts one. There's no point, if you're not grip limited, there's no point extending the track all the way out to the outside to then bring the car over to the left-hand side ready for turn 1. You may as well just continue the corner and keep sort of on the left half of the track. So there's my tip there if you do want to get a bit of a run. It'll be interesting to see with other cars. Obviously, always follow the other cars for the slipstream. That's going to be more beneficial. But yeah, if you do want to try it, let me know in the comments if it does work out for you, because I found I was about a tenth quicker, and so did me colleagues who was racing with me. They were finding it was about a tenth, maybe half a tenth quicker, depending on the exit, all the way back at turn 10, obviously. But yeah, that's us done and dusted. Me waffling away with a 147.044. I quite like this track. It's not too bad. Overtaking can be quite awkward, and I would imagine there'll be a lot of people heading to Narnia with the grass around here, so bear that in mind. As always with these things, it is to finish first you have to finish exercise, and with all the runoff here, it definitely is going to be tricky. Be careful of the two hairpins about cars facing the wrong way around as well, particularly with the heavy braking. The rear axle can get a little bit happy into those areas, and as always, be cautious on cold tires on this thing. Otherwise, if this did help you out, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.